different lineup in 40 games for the Warriors with gating crew for tonight's game. Minnesota. Anthony Edwards will be guarded by Andrew Wiggins. Now on the switch, it's Santos defending. Shot clock at 8. Edwards on the step back off the bounce, can't score. Loose ball, corralled. Dennis Schroeder playing his 15th game as a member of the Warriors. After being traded by Brooklyn, Curry finds Jackson Davis, who missed the layup, and then a foul on Santos.
Good offense at the rim, they just couldn't convert that one.
DiVincenzo coming over from the Knicks in a trade for Karl Anthony Towns. Julius Randle part of that deal as well. Randle driving on Jackson Davis, missed the shot. And now Steph looking to push. Warriors have not been very good lately in transition. They leave Wiggins for a short jumper, and it goes down for the game's first.
They just don't get much in the first half of the shot clock. Wiggins that time finds one of the easier shots he'll probably get all night.
So now Schroeder on Edwards on this possession. Edwards gets past him for a moment, but good recovery. Schroeder with the steal. And a 3-on-2. Jackson Davis gives it up. And Santos will let it fly.
Possessions for Golden State here with their activity defensively. And this end of the floor hasn't really been the issue. It's the other end in converting these stops into points.
Again, Warriors looking to get some points in transition. Here's Wiggins from deep, no good. Santos flies in there. Steve Kerr told us Guy Santos creates extra possessions with his hustle. Did right there. Schroeder wide open. That's good. Work up a huge sweat every single practice afterwards, working out for about 45 minutes. Said he really enjoyed coaching Edwards this past summer. Edwards 0 for 1 to start the game. McDaniels on the drive. Can't get it. And it's rebounded by Jackson Davis.
4 really good possessions defensively for Golden State to start this game. Activity everywhere. Contests of shots and then securing the defensive glass.
On the other end, you got Jaden McDaniels. No surprise guarding Steph Curry. McDaniels second team all defense a year ago. Shot clock at 4. Wiggins from deep over Edwards short and rebound McDaniels. Golden State at 19-20. Got off to a hot start, but struggling of late. Under 500 now for the first time this season. Here's Randle, a corner 3, not there. Edwards kept it alive. Now a deep 3 from Edwards, who leads the NBA in threes, and Minnesota 0 for 6 from the floor. Crowd stands until the first basket, and we had a timeout as well, so it's been about 10 or 12 minutes real time that they've been standing. Schroeder misses, but an offensive rebound, Jackson Davis. Draymond Green out for the 3rd straight game. Also Kyle Anderson is out tonight as well. Curry's 3 is good.
Split action. He is so lethal, coming off the screen from the top to the wing with the pass out of the post.
Randle, who came over from the Knicks, we just saw beat Philadelphia a few minutes ago. Off-season trade. Edwards looking to take Wiggins, drives, miss with the left hand. And another one and done for Minnesota. Here's Curry in transition. Santos on the cut, 13-0.
Bite or something, or if their first drink of a cocktail. They haven't sat down yet, Dave, because they're not on the board.
That would help us too. We could see easier. Here's Randle. Doesn't get the bounce, hung on the rim. Finally.
And DiVincenzo getting in there and doing it the hard way for him. 2-guard on the offensive glass with the putback, and finally Minnesota fans can sit down for a second.
Curry with the floater. Comes up short. Curry averaging just under 23 points per game. His lowest since 2012. And a 5-second violation, so a turnover by
violation and getting the ball into your best player for a corner shot potentially.
Edwards blows past Santos. Good contest, though, by Jackson Davis. And Edwards is 0 for 4 from the floor. Numbers for Golden State, 5 on 4. And a turn. DiVincenzo on the cut, finds Gobert, and Gobert throws it away a year ago.
And the spacing completely different with Julius Randle, and just with the way he likes to operate off the dribble, different. So Rudy Gobert finding himself sometimes in the wrong place offensively.
McDaniels making Curry work, poked it away initially, now Curry into the lane. Santos, good look from deep. And rebounded by Gobert. DiVincenzo quickly ahead to Reed. And Naz Reid fouled by Santos. That's 2.
That's his ability to slash. He gets on the offensive glass for a guard pretty well. So a welcome sight for Steve Kerr to get some more depth.
Here's a 3 from DiVincenzo, comes up short and rebounded by Payton. Curry in transition. No look ahead to Moody, but DiVincenzo chest to chest with him. Buddy Hield has really struggled of late. Maybe that
in January, 31% from the 3 after a blazing start to the season.
DiVincenzo has 4 points in 6.5 minutes for the Timberwolves. Curry, 3 with Gobert right in his face. Blockers in NBA history.
What a view we had of that. I have absolutely no idea how Steph Curry even saw the rim with the extension that Rudy did us to ever do it, and you're in awe.
From moving into 27th all time. Gobert makes one free throw, so it's 18-5 Golden State. Looney setting the screen for Curry, not getting it back and finishing.
Yeah, the timing of that pass was perfect. It's the only time he could have delivered that for Looney to have the angle on Gobert at the rim.
Edwards, drive and kick, corner 3, Conley, not there. Hield putting it on the floor, and Conley.
The year, he's just in one of those stretches right now where he needs some success early in games, I think, to get unleashed.
Payton couldn't handle that pass from Hield. Edwards looking to push. McDaniels, good recovery in the West.
The good news, they're 2.5 games from the 5 spot. So a nice homestand could be the medicine that they need right now, and also getting guys back, getting Draymond Green back. You're going to get Kuminga back sometime, probably the end of the month as well.
Yeah, the Clippers are in 5th, the Warriors in 12th, but just 3 games back in the loss column. Moody misses, rebound Edwards. 5 points in 8 minutes for Minnesota. And then a strip by Payton on Edwards, forcing a turnover. Minnesota's 2 of 14, 0 of 7 from 3. Curry looking to shake Conley. He does, and he hits. 18-point lead.
Yeah, he's great in tight windows regardless, but when he does have a smaller type of defender on him, shot off.
Oh, Curry almost let it fly from the hash mark. He gave it up, and who's here in Minnesota. And again, the Timberwolves arguably playing their best basketball of the season right now. They're getting trounced early on, but plenty of time. This team unlocked as Reed hits a 3.
Now, he's one of their energizers, and he's playing his best basketball of the season, averaging 14 in the last 14 games, and he's the guy to get this crowd going.
Curry wide open.
Yeah, he didn't look long at that one. When you've made your first 3 and you're Steph Curry, you don't give it a long look, and you know where that's going to end up.
Edwards, Minnesota, he's got 12, and the Wolves have 10. And a foul on McDaniels.
He had this to say: desperate trades or desperate moves that deplete the future, there's a responsibility on allowing to have an opportunity where a trade makes sense, or even in the summer, potentially in free agency, you can make a move. You want to continue to get better. Nobody wants to be stale or in a situation where you're passing up opportunities. But it doesn't mean you're desperate just to fling assets all around and fling them all around the place. That way, you end up not doing something just to say you're doing something. So they want to make sure that if they do it right. When I spoke to Steve Kerr earlier, guys, I asked him about how surprised he was at this mushroom. He wasn't surprised, just basically because it was Steph saying it. But ultimately, he also reiterated what Steph did, which is, guys, this doesn't mean that we're not going to make a move. If there's a deal to be had, Legs particularly, what do you make of all of this?
Well, look, I also think there is a responsibility, and it's incumbent upon the organization, when you've got a player like Steph Curry that is still playing at this level, to do as much as you can to stay competitive in the moment and try to win now. So I understand what Steph is saying, and it's rare to hear a superstar player say that. Normally they're asking for more help. But I think organizationally, they have to look and they have to try to improve this team. And I think they need a little bit of front court shooting more than anything else. And that's probably where they're going to be targeting anything they would do.
Here's Wiggins for three. No good. Golden State has already made 8. Steph Curry with 4. And the part of his quote which got dismissed was when he said, of course, you're going to continue to look to try to improve your team. And you're talking about some of the great competitors in the history of the NBA. Look at all the championships Steve Kerr for the future.
Right. You don't want to be fiscally irresponsible where you end up in a situation where this thing does come to an end at some point. The Steph Curry era is over and you find yourself completely strapped with the cap or with little flexibility to improve anytime soon, and that's what Steph Curry was really alluding to. But make no mistake about it, they're going to try to improve their team if something presents itself because they have Steph Curry playing as well as he is at this stage.
Jackson Davis, it's 34-10 right now. Golden State in front. About a second difference between a game and shot clocks here at the end of the first quarter. 8 made threes for the Warriors, 1 for Minnesota. Just 4 baskets overall for the Wolves. Randall on the take. Can't get the bounce. Cleans it up and finishes. A person for Steph Curry. It has not been a good week for professional sports teams in Minnesota in the first half as Curry finally misses. The Vikings were down 21 at halftime in their playoff game to the Rams on Monday, and the Wolves down 22 after the first quarter here to Golden State. But Edwards throws a 64th on the year. Shot clock inside of 10. Schroeder playing his 15th game as a member of the Warriors. Came over under trade in December from Brooklyn. Jackson Davis got his own miss. And a dangerous pass there by Schroeder, and it cost him a turnover. Edwards lets it fly. Good again to start the second quarter.
And Steve Kerr wasted no time. Timeout because of how combustible Anthony Edwards can be, particularly when he starts stepping into those pull-up threes.
First free throw of the night for the Warriors.
Capable of stringing together stops, and the offense looks like now maybe it can get into a little bit of.
Minnesota just 7 of 22 from the floor, 3 of 10 from 3. Golden State made 8 threes in that first quarter. Steph Curry with 4. He's got 12 points to lead all scores. Edwards drive and kick. DiVincenzo knocks down the court. And a turnover. Schroeder throws it away. Edwards driving on Wiggins. And bodies hit the floor, and a Golden State foul. Edwards an all-star each of the last 2 years. Second team All-NBA last year. Playing like a first-teamer so far this year. Edwards couldn't score there. Randall does, though. Remember, got hurt with the Knicks late January. We never saw him again. He's played in every game, though, in his first season with the Wolves. Wiggins drives, floats it up, and down. Reed in transition.
Scored, fell to the ground, and was taken out of the play, and Golden State did not communicate defensively to make up for it until he got back.
Edwards got the block, but it remains in the hands of the Warriors, and Curry's 3 off the mark. He's missed 2 in a row after starting 4 for 4. Minnesota trailed by 24, now down 13 and looking to cut the deficit even more here. Edwards past Santos, good hands that time. Looked like it was Curry that got the deflection. This is when the Warriors were rolling early in the year, getting
out from that hot 12-3 start, but they got some nice transition right there.
Ball not doing. That has not been the case during this run where they're 7-17, but off to a great start. And that
dried up for Golden State, and certainly doesn't look that way tonight.
Good hands inside. Reed kept alive, though, by Payton on the behind the back to Hield. And then Hield throws it into the backcourt. We mentioned the Cavs have the Thunder tomorrow night. Battle of the 2 best teams in the league right now. Reed short on the 3 ball. 4 minutes gone by, second quarter. Golden State by 15. Dave Pasch, Tim Legler, George Sedano here in Minneapolis. Curry off the bounce, long two. He's missed 3 straight, and Gobert with the clear. DiVincenzo, who was with Golden State 2 years ago before doing a great job for the Knicks last year, then part of the Towns trade along with Randall. Step back three, Edwards, no. And a foul call.
Of a stride to get enough lift on that shot to get it over the front of the rim.
Lex, he leads the NBA in threes. Is that something you want to see him continue to do? Hunt that 3 ball as Peyton scored?
He's taken too many for my liking, but he's shooting it at a 42% clip. I just want to see more nights when he's got 10 free throw attempts and 6 threes rather than the other way around.
Who's so consistent for Minnesota off the bench, drills a 3. Now 5 made threes for Minnesota, 4 here in the second quarter. Curry, who hoisted one over the outstretched arm of Gobert late in the first quarter for a made 3. Couldn't get any space that time. Shot clock at 3. Healed on the move. Baseline Jay. 3 of 4 for Hield. 7 points off the bench for the Warriors. Gobert setting the screen, rolling. Alexander Walker took it himself, missed. And then the All-Star game in San Francisco. Steph Curry, 10-time All-Star. It'll be 11. Hield off the screen, lets it fly, and it's good. Buddy Hield his second 3.
What a start for him, and what you've seen in the last 2 shots he made is exactly why he fits in this style. He is willing to run and commit to off-ball running to hunt shots.
DiVincenzo had all the time in the world and answers by swishing that one home. 10 points for DiVincenzo. He's the leading scorer tonight for Minnesota. Moody penetrating. Hield lets it fly. That one was not worked well this year. Curry, for a while, was under 30 minutes played per game, but the last couple months around 35 minutes. It's really not what they want, but what they have to do. Edwards penetrates and a reach-in foul.
Contact.
Lengthy hurt his left calf in that game.
With this group, Curry off the floor. You know, Dennis Schroeder's got to be active here to generate some offense. They got it in Wiggins' hand right now, but running high ball screen is not necessarily his strength. I think Schroeder's the guy you go to create with Curry on the bench.
After the turnover, Minnesota could not get an easy one in transition. They reset. DiVincenzo misses and rebounded by Wiggins. Steve Kerr saying run. And one of the reasons they got Schroeder was, to your point, take some of the offensive pressure off Curry, but his numbers nowhere near what they were bench to see if he should challenge that. They agreed with you, Legs, and so decided not to challenge that foul. Fall away jumper short from Edwards, but Gobert cleans. Schroeder with Conley on his hip, rejected. DiVincenzo, open look, in and out on the 3. Almost got a steal.
Different than he did at the start of the year when he was really trying to find his rhythm after coming from New York. A different role here. Struggled to shoot the ball early, but DiVincenzo's got great energy and confidence right now.
Shot clock at 3. Wiggins. Blocked by Gobert. Back-to-back possessions with swats for the 4th-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. Edwards around the Gobert screen. Hits the push-up. 2 of the 37 points for Minnesota. Steph Curry back out there for Golden State. A 24-point lead is down to 10. Shot clock at 4. Spin by Wiggins. Out to Moody. 3 is good. First for Moody. Career high 38% three-point shooter this season. Here's Conley, pulls it back. Misfire on the 3. McDaniels there and banks it home. First points of the game for Jaden McDaniels. And on the other end, Charger trying to stop Curry, and he does. He swats it free.
Dribble, he can continue to track the ball all the way to the rim and make a play.
McDaniels, one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA. Couldn't handle that pass from Edwards, a turnover. Santos, who made his first career start for the injured Draymond Green, gets it out for him.
A fist pump from Steve Kerr, loving it. Moody now with back-to-back threes, and knew he was going to get a little bit more run tonight.
DiVincenzo trying to answer, knew it was off right. Curry's got 4, Schroeder, Moody, and Hield all with 2. DiVincenzo trying to swipe that ball away from Wiggins. Now Curry with 7 to shoot. Curry driving on Gobert, leans into him and almost threw it away. 3 on the timer. Wiggins has to let it fly. It spins out on the 3, and Gobert has it. Edwards, 4 of 11, gets to the rim, soars, and missed it. A rare miss right at the rim for Edwards.
Such a crafty move, set him up, looked like he was going step back, instead explodes to the rim, but Wiggins with a beautiful contest at the rim. This was a really important response by Golden State after Minnesota cut it to 10. You know, you got a couple minutes there before the half, and it's taken this thing back out to 16 and changed the momentum and energy in this building.
Beating at the rim. That highlight, much more. Great first game that went to overtime between Philly and New York. Edwards missing again. He's now 4 for 13 from the floor, and it's Warriors ball. Lead back up to 16 for Golden State. Curry and a kick ball.
To get a quick one to ensure a 2-for-1, and that's exactly what Steph Curry's looking for.
But he misfired on the 3. He's missed 3 in a row after starting 4 for 4. Still, he's got a game-high 14 points. 7-second difference between the game and shot clocks here at the end of the half. Conley with Wiggins defending, using the Gobert screen. Shot clock at 4. Conley spinning, leaning in. Now on the kick out, McDaniels. Good from 3. They'll triple him. Gives it up to Jackson Davis. Good if it goes, it won't. And the